Hello, my name is Brandon Yaku, and this is going to be my narrative speech. Here is my audience. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate your time. Make sure it's when I'm audio. Okay, so what I'm going to tell you guys about today is the fishing trip that haunts me every day of my life, and the reason why I bring a camera every time I'm fishing now. So back when we were young, me, my family, a couple of the dads and sons decided to start a fishing trip, and we go to this place called the Dude Ranch in Monson, Wisconsin, about 2 hours away. So we went there one year and we had an absolute blast. There was about 20 of us, 10 dads, 10 kids. It was a great time. All we did was fish. We all loved to fish. We'd wake up in the morning, we'd have breakfast, we'd go fishing, we'd come back, we'd have lunch, snack, we'd maybe ride an ATV, four-wheelers, things like that. And then we'd go back out fishing, have dinner, go back out fishing until the sun goes down, and then we'd go to sleep and wake up the next day and do it all over again. It was the time of my life, what really got me into fishing. So when we're out there, we're catching a bunch of common fish like largemouth bass, bluegill, crappie, carp, things like that, nothing out of the ordinary. And we'd see turtles, deer running around, lots of wildlife. It was awesome. So this place is close to Wisconsin Dells, and my family planned a trip to go to Wisconsin Dells the next year. So me and my dad thought, oh, okay, this is only 30 minutes away from there, so why don't we bring our fishing poles, and one morning we'll wake up and go fishing at Monson again. I was like, absolutely, that'll be a great time. So we did it, and we go to sleep early. I'm all antsy. I wake up like a kid on Christmas morning, and in the morning we get our stuff ready to go, and my dad realizes he didn't plug in the camera to charge overnight. And he goes, oh, we don't have a camera, and this is before smartphones and all that, so we went without a camera. He goes, oh, it's not a big deal. We'll catch the same fish we usually do, nothing out of the ordinary, but it'll be a great time. So I said, okay, absolutely. So we get there, and we start fishing, and we're fishing for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, just like what we did the year before. It was a great time, and we're catching in fish after fish, largemouth bass, crappie again, the same old, same old. Then all of a sudden I hook into one, and I yell over at my dad. I go, Baba, I got a good one. And you know, my dad later on tells me, oh, I thought, you're just a little kid, you're crying wolf, you think everything you catch is big, you think it's great, all that. So he goes, okay, just bring it in. He kind of nudged me off. So I'm bringing it in. It's fighting a little bit harder. I can remember it, even though I was only about 10 years old. I can remember it's fighting harder than any other fish I've caught. And I start reeling it in, and it gets closer to me, and it's a huge snake-like fish. I thought it was a snake, a creature, and I was scared. So I started bringing it in, and I was so scared that I didn't actually grab it. I backed it up and brought it on the shore and let it sit on the ground until my dad comes over, and he's like, holy cow, Brandon, that's a northern pike, and it was a fish we had never caught before. So what we did was my dad handled the fish because I was absolutely terrified of it because it was so big, and he actually held it up to me, and at the time it was from my shoulders to my feet. So we took a pair of fishing line, and we put it next to the fish, and we cut it at the bottom and the top of the fish, and we held on to that. My dad almost kept it. He kept saying, I can't believe we don't have a camera, We almost kept it, so we get back, and we measure out the line, and it was 42 inches long, which is, to this day, the biggest freshwater fish I have ever caught in my life. And the image of it still scares me because I remember it being right up next to me and being almost up to my face, and it's got its big long teeth, and it was absolutely terrifying. It was the coolest fish I've ever caught in my life, but we didn't get a picture of it. And every day of my life, every time I tell this story, it gets harder and harder for people to believe because, like any old fishing tale, if you don't have a picture, the fish gets bigger each time you tell it. So what I did was I kept that line, and I always, kept it in my tackle box for good luck and kept the worm, but nothing was good enough without the picture of the fish and documentation and the memory of having that. And that story is why I always bring a camera with me when I go fishing from now on. And that's the lesson I learned out of it. Thank you. Okay, so the person recording accidentally stopped the video right when I was done talking. And here I will show the audience again for one last time. Again, thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. I'll see you at work tomorrow.